Part 1. When life feels too full, when everything becomes too much. Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, when did everything become this complicated? One day, life felt light, and then suddenly, it felt heavy, crowded, chaotic, overwhelming. You wake up and your phone is already screaming for attention. Messages, emails, notifications, reminders, alarms. You try to breathe, but the world keeps rushing towards you. More expectations, more pressure, more noise. And then you try to learn something simple, like a new English phrase, but your mind is already full. Your thoughts are already loud. Your attention is already exhausted. It feels like opening a book and trying to read while standing inside a busy marketplace filled with thousands of voices. Even the simplest sentences become difficult. Even the softest words become heavy. Here is the truth we rarely admit. We are not tired because we have too little time. We are tired because we carry too many things, too many tasks, too many goals, too many worries, too many expectations, too many thoughts pulling you in 10 different directions. But something inside you whispers, there must be a better way to live. And there is. It is simple, quiet, powerful. Keep it simple. Not a simple mind, not a simple dream, but a simple life. A life with space, a life with clarity, a life where your heart can breathe again. Today, I want to invite you into that life. A life where you slow down, a life where you release the unnecessary, a life where you rediscover peace. This is not a message about minimalism. This is a message about freedom, about presence, about becoming fully alive again. And it begins with one choice. Keep it simple. Part 2. The illusion of more. Why having more often means having less. The modern world is obsessed with more. More money, more success, more friends, more achievements, more productivity, more content, more everything. We scroll endlessly because we crave more stimulation. We shop endlessly because we crave more satisfaction. We chase endlessly because we crave more meaning. But here is something nobody tells you. The more you collect, the heavier your life becomes. Your home fills with objects. Your shelves fill with things you don't remember buying. Your cabinets fill with items you rarely touch. Your phone fills with pictures you never look at. Your mind fills with thoughts that don't help you grow. More things, less peace. More noise, less clarity. More expectations, less joy. It's like studying English by trying to memorize 5,000 new words in 1 week. You think more vocabulary will help you speak better, but the truth is, the brain can't breathe, the mind can't focus, the memory can't process. You don't need 5,000 words. You need 50 words you can use with confidence. More is not always better. More is often the enemy of better. We chase more because we believe more will finally make us happy. But more often creates confusion, and confusion creates suffering. The world promised us abundance, but instead it delivered overwhelm. That is the illusion of more. A beautiful lie that keeps us running, but never arriving. The real treasure is not more. The real treasure is enough. And enough becomes clear when you learn to keep things simple. Part 3. The beauty of less. Finding lightness and letting go. Imagine a small room with no windows. Now imagine that room filled with boxes from floor to ceiling. Some boxes are old memories. Some are regrets. Some are clothes you haven't worn in years. Some are projects you'll do one day. In that room, you can barely walk. You can barely think. You can barely breathe. Now imagine slowly removing one box, then another, then another. With each box gone, the air feels lighter. The room feels brighter. The space feels larger. Suddenly, the light touches the floor again. Suddenly, you can move again. Suddenly, your body relaxes. This is the beauty of less. Less is not empty. Less is open. Less is peaceful. Less is space for your heart to grow. Your mind works exactly like that room. When it is full, everything feels heavy. When it is crowded, everything feels confusing. But when you clean the inner room, your thoughts breathe. Your ideas grow. Your focus sharpens. Your creativity awakens, especially when learning English. A mind full of worries cannot learn. A mind full of noise cannot listen. A mind full of pressure cannot absorb language. But a simple mind learns faster, remembers longer, understands deeper. Because simplicity is mental clarity, and clarity is power. Part 4. Ma, the space between things, where peace quietly lives. In Japan, there's a concept called ma. Ma means the space between things, the pause between notes in a song, the silence between two thoughts, the empty space that brings balance to a room. In modern life, we fear empty space. We fill silence with noise. We fill free time with scrolling. We fill weekends with plans. We fill conversations with unnecessary words. But when everything is full, nothing feels meaningful. Ma is where meaning lives. Ma is the breath between actions. Ma is the peace between thoughts. A life without Ma is a life without stillness. A life without stillness is a life without clarity. Even when learning English, Ma matters. The pause after hearing a new sentence, the moment your mind processes the meaning, the quiet second when everything clicks. Space is not a luxury. Space is a requirement. Space is what allows knowledge to settle and understanding to grow. The world teaches you to add more. Ma teaches you to subtract. What you remove becomes just as important as what you keep. And in this empty space, your soul finally breathes again. Part 6. Wabi-Sabi. Accepting imperfection. Beauty in the unfinished and imperfect. Another Japanese philosophy, Wabi-Sabi, teaches us something vital. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Life doesn't need to be flawless to be meaningful. Life doesn't need to be impressive to be peaceful. A cracked bowl repaired with gold is more valuable than before. A weathered wooden table becomes more beautiful with time. A simple flower with uneven petals still brings joy. The world tells you to be perfect. Perfect job, perfect body, perfect English, perfect achievements. But perfection is exhausting. Perfection is a cage. Perfection is the opposite of peace. Simplicity opens the cage. Simplicity whispers, you don't need to be perfect. You only need to be real. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate. You don't need perfect confidence to begin. You don't need a perfect plan to move forward. Wabi-Sabi teaches you to embrace your flaws, to accept your humanity, to understand that imperfection is not weakness. Imperfection is beauty. When you keep life simple, you stop trying to impress the world, and you finally start living for yourself. Part 6. Decluttering your mind. Clearing the noise within. Physical clutter steals your space. Mental clutter steals your life. Your mind collects things just like your room does. Old conversations, old mistakes, old fears, old pressure, old versions of yourself. Some of these things no longer serve you. Some of these things are not yours to carry. Some of these things are shadows from the past still living rent-free in your mind. Decluttering your mind does not mean forgetting. It means releasing. It means choosing freedom over heaviness. It means choosing peace over chaos. Let go of thoughts that don't help you grow. Let go of expectations that exhaust you. Let go of memories that stop you from healing. Let go of voices that tell you you're not enough. A clear mind becomes a powerful mind. A simple mind becomes a focused mind. A focused mind becomes a peaceful life. And the simpler your inner world is, the easier everything becomes. Learning, working, living, loving, breathing. You don't need a lighter day. You need a lighter mind. Part 7. Choice overload. Too many paths, too little peace. We live in a time with more choices than any generation before us. More apps, more tools, more videos, more friends, more opportunities. More distractions pretending to be opportunities. You open your phone and it feels like walking into a giant supermarket where every aisle is shouting at you. Try this, buy that, learn this, start that. It feels exciting at first, but very soon it becomes overwhelming. This is called choice overload. When you have too many choices, your mind freezes. You hesitate, you overthink, you doubt yourself, and you lose the ability to choose anything at all. A simple life removes this pressure. A simple life protects your energy. A simple life limits your decisions so your mind can rest. One morning routine, one learning habit, one daily priority, one clear focus for the day. When you choose less, you achieve more. When you simplify your options, your path becomes visible. Think of learning English. There are thousands of videos, millions of words, endless teachers, infinite tips. If you try everything, you learn nothing. If you choose one path and follow it consistently, you grow beautifully. Simplicity is not about having fewer possibilities. It is about having fewer distractions. Because distractions destroy dreams, and simplicity protects them. Part 8. Jomo. The joy of missing out. The freedom of saying no. We often hear about FOMO, the fear of missing out, the fear of missing events, the fear of missing opportunities, the fear of missing trends, the fear of being left behind. But here is the truth nobody tells you. Most of those things are not meant for you. Most of those activities do not help you grow. Most of those events do not bring you peace. FOMO makes you look outward. Jomo makes you look inward. Jomo, the joy of missing out. The joy of saying no. The joy of choosing rest. The joy of protecting your time. The joy of not following the crowd. The joy of staying home with a quiet cup of tea. Jomo is not about avoiding life. Jomo is about choosing your life intentionally. When you stop trying to be everywhere, you can finally be somewhere. When you stop trying to do everything, you can finally do something well. Missing out does not make your life smaller. Missing out makes your life calmer. Missing out makes your life clearer. You do not need to join every conversation. You do not need to follow every trend. You do not need to say yes when your heart wants to say no. In a simple life, every no becomes a gift of space, and every yes becomes meaningful again. Part 9. Your simple why. One purpose that guides everything. Simplicity becomes powerful when it is connected to purpose. Without purpose, simplicity becomes emptiness. With purpose, simplicity becomes freedom. Your life does not need 10 goals. Your life needs one clear direction. Why are you here? What makes you feel alive? What brings you peace? What gives your day meaning? What makes you lose track of time? Your simple why does not need to be dramatic. It does not need to change the world. It only needs to change you. Maybe your simple why is becoming a better parent. Maybe it is learning English to communicate with confidence. Maybe it is building a calm mind. Maybe it is starting a small project that feels meaningful. Purpose does not need noise. Purpose needs clarity. And clarity comes from simplifying your inner world so you can finally hear the quiet voice of your heart saying, this is what matters. When your why is simple, your path becomes strong. Part 10. The Zen mind. Empty yet full. Stillness that makes life clear. Zen philosophy teaches a beautiful truth. Your mind does not need to be full to be wise. Your mind needs to be clear. A clear mind sees what matters. A noisy mind sees only confusion. Zen uses a powerful image. The mind is like water. When the water is still, it reflects everything perfectly. When the water is disturbed, it reflects nothing. Your mind works the same way. When it is calm, you understand deeply. When it is noisy, you misunderstand easily. This is why Zen speaks about the beginner's mind, a mind that is open, curious, humble, ready to learn, free from assumptions. Children learn languages faster because their minds are simple. They do not carry judgment. They do not carry fear. They do not carry pressure. Their minds are like clear water, flexible, open, bright. Simplicity brings you back to this state. The Zen mind is not empty in a negative way. It is empty of noise, but full of awareness. Empty of fear, but full of presence. Empty of chaos, but full of peace. A simple mind is a powerful mind. A simple mind can learn. A simple mind can love. A simple mind can grow. A simple mind can heal. Zen is not about doing less. Zen is about being more, being present, being awake, being alive. Part 11. Simple moments, simple joy. People think happiness is something big, a big achievement, a big goal, a big moment. But happiness often lives in the smallest places, in the warmth of morning sunlight, in the sound of rain tapping on your window, in the quiet moment before the world wakes up, in the taste of your favorite tea, in a quiet walk without your phone. These moments are always there. But when life is crowded, you stop seeing them. When life is fast, you stop feeling them. When life is loud, you stop hearing them. Simplicity is not about creating happiness. Simplicity is about making room to notice the happiness already around you. Life becomes beautiful when you slow down enough to see it. Life becomes meaningful when you stop rushing through everything. Even learning English becomes a joy when you take it slowly. One word, one sentence, one idea, one quiet moment of understanding. Simple joy is the deepest joy because simple joy is always available, always present, always waiting for you. You do not need a bigger life to feel fulfilled. You need a simpler heart to feel alive. Part 12. Gratitude, the heart of simplicity, turning less into enough. If simplicity had a heartbeat, that heartbeat would be gratitude. Gratitude turns less into enough. Gratitude turns simple into beautiful. Gratitude turns ordinary into extraordinary. When you live with gratitude, you stop chasing more. You start appreciating what you already have. You stop comparing with others. You start connecting with yourself. A simple meal becomes a gift. A quiet evening becomes a blessing. A warm smile becomes a treasure. Gratitude softens your heart, slows your mind, deepens your peace, strengthens your spirit. When life feels heavy, gratitude brings you back home. When life feels noisy, gratitude brings you silence. When life feels confusing, gratitude brings you clarity. Simplicity without gratitude feels empty. Simplicity with gratitude feels whole. Every thank you you whisper becomes a doorway to peace. Every moment you appreciate becomes a seed of joy. Every breath becomes a soft reminder that life is happening right now. And that right now is enough. Part final. Keep it simple, where real life finally begins. My friend, here is the truth you already know in your heart. Life does not need to be complicated to be meaningful. Life does not need to be crowded to be full. Life does not need to be fast to be beautiful. You do not need more things. You need more space. You do not need more noise. You need more silence. You do not need more goals. You need more clarity. A simple life is not a small life. A simple life is a focused life, a peaceful life, a present life, a meaningful life. So from today, let go of what is heavy. Release what is unnecessary. Choose what truly matters. Protect your peace. Honor your time. Keep your heart light. Keep your mind clear. And above all, keep it simple. Because simplicity is not the absence of life. Simplicity is the space where real life finally begins.